Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. That is hard to believe.
It is totally hard to believe. But look, we got new shirts.
New shirts. We are official.
Yeah,
they look nice. They look good.
Yeah, I got to thank Amanda Waddle from the Nook, a little shop in Trafalgar, Indiana. So if you're there, if you're in Trafalgar, she's got a lot of Indian Creek apparel you can pick up.
She does good work.
And she does custom T-shirts, but she also does pottery there. She's got her little pottery studio, Waddleworks. So check it out, the Nook. We'll put a little picture or link or whatever. But Amanda, thank you very much for these shirts. I think we'll be sporting these probably for videos.
Oh yeah. I think we will.
All right. Yeah. Might as well, right?
Yeah. We'll sell extras out on the trunk for cars. So.
Yeah. If you are interested in purchasing a shirt that says MoJo Whiskey, help promote the brand, let us know. Maybe one of these days we'll do some giveaways too. But leave us a comment. So you are at the MoJo Whiskey Bar. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. So all good?
All good. Yeah. Just surviving holidays is what we're doing.
Well, that's all we can ask, right?
That's all we can ask.
It's a new year now, so we'll, I guess we'll get to do it all over again.
We will get to, yeah.
It's the way it works.
365 days, we'll be right back here.
So, my wife is amazing. I know your wife is amazing too. But she and I were watching a couple months ago. I think it was SLB drinks or SLB basement bar. I don't know what they go by officially, but anyway, they were reviewing this product from I never heard of. It's one here in front of you from Westward Whiskey, Milestone American Single Malt, and she saw that, and actually I've seen it on a couple other videos, and she did her due diligence, and she figured out where to pick up a bottle of this stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't have the first clue where to find one.
I don't even know where she got it, but she had it shipped to Michigan. I don't know if there was some reason for that, but whatever. Anyway, it's here. It's in Indiana. I poured us a couple. We'll take it out of this box because, the box is cool, but the bottle is cool too.
The bottle is cool. That is.
We'll set this behind us here.
That's pretty sure.
And that stopper has some heftiness to it. So if you ever need a weapon, you got one. But this is and I don't know anything about this whiskey brand, frankly. I've done a little bit of looking on their website since, but this is the Westward Whiskey Milestone American Single Malt, edition number 2.0. I forget the proof, and I'm trying to find it. I think it was hefty, but I don't remember. Jamie, I'm not finding the proof on this. Do you see it anywhere?
Yeah, right down there at the bottom. It's 48.5% alcohol.
Okay, so that's like 97 proof?
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
But the topper is cool.
That is cool.
So, anyway, I thought we would start the new year off right. Sip on a little of this. We haven't really done much on the single malt side.
We really haven't. It's probably time we dive into those a little bit.
Maybe. I don't want to say leery, but I know what I like with bourbon and rye, and single malt seem to be a whole different category.
All different ballgame.
So, but let's give this one a go. Exactly.
It's almost, I get almost like a chocolatey nose.
There's some sweetness to it for sure. Trying to see what other information I can get off of this. It's sweet, it's chocolatey. There's some sort of fruit in there, I think, too.
Yeah, and it definitely doesn't have that bourbon nose to it. Doesn't have a rye nose to it.
Which we've had some. There's one that we tried from New Holland that malted rye.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of had
a little
different nose on it a little bit. I'm trying to think what else we've had that might be malted. Nothing jumps to mind. Actually, I think I've had some New Riff, but I don't know that we tasted any malted New Riff. I think I had that at the distillery. But there's always something, at least on my limited exposure to malted things, there's a different kind of nose to it.
Yeah, and now that you mention that, if you talk about malted, it's almost like those malted
Oh, the milk ball thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really what the nose is kind of
Yeah,
like.
it kind of is. Like growing up, like we'd stop every so often and get like, Dairy Queen or whatever and get a shake or ice cream. And I always remember my dad getting a malt.
Yeah. Malt.
Instead of a shake.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does have that nose to it for sure. So, and I can see this is like a chocolate malt.
Yeah. Yeah. Nose on this is fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good. All right, I'm going to do it. I get some of that chocolate coming through.
It really is. Chocolate. I get a hint of cinnamon on the tongue. I mean, that's a unique.
Yeah, the mid to late palate, there's a little bit of bitterness. It's almost like it's like a cocoa powder or like a dark chocolate, maybe.
Yeah, dark chocolate.
It's more dark chocolate rather than milk.
That is it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I mean, yeah, you get almost like a malted dark chocolate.
Yeah.
A hint of cinnamon, and then you're right. At the end, it just kind of bitters up a little bit, but not in a bad way. I mean, it's not.
No. It's like eating if you get a good dark chocolate.
Yeah.
How it has that bitter note at the end. Mm-hmm. Kind of leaves you wanting to go in for another sip.
It really does.
It's pretty tasty.
It is pretty tasty.
Now I'll tell you, the price was a little salty. I think it was $250.
Yeah, I would believe that.
So, which again kind of makes me leery. Maybe as we get into 2025 and we explore some single malts.
Yeah.
Does it have to be an expensive bottle to be tasty? I don't know. It could be something we could find out the hard way or the easy way, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. It's a lovely little drink, and I appreciate Amanda for picking this up.
Yeah, that was outstanding.
I think it's a good way to kick off the new year.
I agree.
So maybe we can talk, here for the next couple of minutes, share some things that, some thoughts and ideas, kind of brainstorm some of the things that we'd like to explore. Have you? Do you hunt for any certain thing? Do you have kind of a list, either written down or mentally, of things that you might be looking for?
Mentally, I'm looking for, as a wild turkey guy, all the different variations that they have out there.
So many right now,
and they're tough as can be to find. Yeah. I mean, I haven't even found a bottle of Jimmy Russell 70 year. Mm-hmm. I haven't found that yet, and I know a lot of people have, and it's like, well, it's here, it's there, and I go there, and it's not there. So,
right.
And so it's tough to find, but they got all kinds of variants out there now. And
like the Master's Keep.
Master's Keep.
I hear that's pretty good, right?
It's supposed to be outstanding.
Yeah.
I think in 2025, I think one of the things I want to look at is kind of explore the Canadian whiskeys a little more. I mean, there's some that I mean, the Crowns and the Pendletons and the TX, and there's a lot of them out there, but there's a ton that I haven't tried at all.
Yeah.
And we haven't really done a show.
We haven't done. We've stuck pretty much to the bourbons and the ryes. I think, if memory serves, this might be the first non-bourbon or rye that we've actually tasted in a video.
And there's some really good Irish whiskeys out there.
Yeah. So the thing that I think I appreciate about bourbons and rye whiskey is there's rules.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right.
And I think the little bit that I've dug into it, Canadian whiskeys don't necessarily have the same rules.
No, and you could get some that just have a ton of additives in it.
Yeah.
They're just kind of putting things, kind of changing.
So we'll have to be picky about that.
I agree.
But on your note about the Irish, I've had a few. I mean, there's the standard Jameson, which, it's okay. But there's one I have upstairs. I've had before. I just haven't opened the bottle yet, but the Redbreast 12.
Oh,
I don't know if you've had that.
No, I haven't.
So, let's dive into some
proper 12.
Proper 12.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of them, really. So we could dive into some Canadians and maybe do some Irish. I mean, the Irish we probably should do in the March time.
We probably should. Yeah, we should.
A couple things that have kind of been on my mental list. There's a high rye baker that's out there.
Okay.
And I haven't seen it. Of course, I haven't been out there.
What year is it? 7 years? 13 years?
I think it's a 7 still.
Okay.
But
pretty good.
It's probably pretty good. Yeah. And then there's Knob Creek has one that's a bourbon rye blend.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And I'm kind of because I like both the Knob Creek Rye and the Knob Creek 9 and 12 and et cetera. Yeah. So if I come across a couple of those would be kind of good things to find.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
that'd be good. Yeah, agree. And I'm always interested in the companies that are able to put out what we would consider more of that budget bourbon, that $35 to $40 window, because there's some really good stuff there. And I'm thankful that there's still a lot of companies that will put those offerings out there, because some of them, and we've been both been burnt. You buy a $75 bottle, you're like, there's not $20 worth of good bourbon here, but you have it now. So,
so you pour it for your friends.
So that's right.
Hey, you want to try this?
You want to try this?
And
keep trying it.
But sometimes with anything like that, I mean, it's a preference taste. And there's things that I don't like that somebody else may like. Yeah. But I like the idea actually, because I think when you get into like the bottom shelf budget bourbons, I think it's easy to overlook those. Right. But there's a lot of good stuff there, so we could do probably a whole bunch of videos on some of our favorites, because there's a couple things that are on that bottom shelf that are really, really good.
Outstanding. I mean, to me, you can find a Wild Turkey 101 on the bottom shelf all
day
long. Another thing would be kind of some regional bourbons and regional whiskeys.
Yeah.
I mean, you go on a lot of travels, and that's one thing that I hope to do a little more in 2025. And there's stuff that there's just distillery offerings, and there's regional offerings that you can't get in Indiana.
No.
So if we have anybody watching outside the state, let us know what you see on your shelves. Yeah, you can compare.
And if there's something that's kind of in your backyard, your local place that you like, get a little sample bottle and send it to us, and we'll be happy to give you credit and sample that. And if we can do like a little sample exchange or something. So because there's some things that we come across here maybe that you haven't had as well. So
because I know there's a lot of states still, which is surprising, that you can't get the hard truth stuff.
I know
you can't get. Obviously, you can't get the Bear Wallow stuff. So if there's any of that type of stuff you're interested in, let us know.
Yeah, happy to do some sort of exchange. So. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, it's a great way to enter 2025. Any parting thoughts before we wrap this one up?
Hope everyone has a great 2025.
Yeah.
Prosperous, healthy, all the above. Gotta thank Amanda for this.
That's
absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
She is kind of the brains behind this.
Some days,
So we appreciate that.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.